Hi, my name's Gary, and this is my wife,
I'm Shauna.
and we'd like to welcome you to Henry's
Henry's
Hot
Hot
Rod
Rod
Garage. All right, we're here at my son's house. I'm going to show you his 74 Road Runner. This Road Runner belonged to my dad. He bought it in, I believe, 2001, I think it was. He had a 1973 Road Runner when he was younger, I think around the time I was born. And it was a 340 automatic car. And it was blue with a white hockey stick stripe. This one here, originally a 318 car, it had a 400 at when he got it. Right now it doesn't have a motor in it. Get the hood open. Alright. Typical rust here by the battery box. Got a little bit of air on the far wall. Seams. Other than that, the whole car is pretty solid. Now, Dad got in bad health and decided that he'd give this car to Shelby when he was 13 years old. And Dad passed away in 2011 and didn't get to see this car on the road. Now Shelby's 27 and he's gotten busy with other things and has left this car sitting for quite some time now. And I'd like to see this car before I leave this world. I'd like to see this car up and running on the road. And I think we're going to get started on this. This is going to be some of our content, I think, next winter. I'll take you and walk you around the car and show it to you. And then I'll take you up to the garage and show you his flat drag truck. Got a little rust there on the trunk lid. I've seen a couple dents and dings in it since I looked at it last. But it's actually a 74 Road Runner. It's not a satellite. It is a actual Road Runner. RM21G, which stands for a 318. But we'll be bringing more content of this car later on this year. He's wanting to put a modern Hemi in it, and thinking maybe modern suspension. Now I'll take you up to the shop and show you the truck. Alright, we're back. This truck behind me is the truck I'm going to show you. It's a 1989 W150 Dodge. W stands for four-wheel drive, and it has a 440 in it, big block, not original motor. It's 1968 440, and it has a little work done to it. Nothing extremely radical, but it gets the job done. This truck competes against trucks that are supposedly running 750 horsepower. Now, I'm not for certain, but I know this one doesn't have no 750 horse. It's 5-ish, maybe close to 6. Now, it has got some head work done to it, and it has some block work done to it, but it's a flat top piston, and it is a flat tappet camshaft. Now, this motor was put together 10 years ago for a little short bed 2-wheel drive I had, and since then the cam's been changed. It's been tore down, checked, put back together, but I originally was the one that built this motor, and the cam that's in it has a little more duration than what the cam I had in it, but it has quite a bit less lift than I had in it. I'm not real certain. I think if I remember right, I think it's either a comp or I think it's a comp. For sure, it's a comp cam in it. It's pretty much based on Mopar's street Hemi cam. That's what its specs on it, pretty much. If you're familiar with that. He's had this truck for some time. He's been racing since he was 16 years old. He's been around this flat drag racing since he's a little bitty tight. 5 years old probably, if not younger. Actually, probably younger. But he's been racing his own trucks since he was 16 years old. And he does really well with it. When he gets back in here, I'll show you the engine. Alright, this is the engine in this W150. Like I said, it's 440. It runs a 7.7 automatic transmission. We'll show you some clips in the video of him racing, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more content of this truck this summer. Alright, now that we've introduced ourselves, I'm going to tell you a little bit about us. Okay, we would like to compete in the No Name Nationals, but in order to compete in it, you have to have 500 subscribers before the race. Now, we are going to bring a lot of content this summer to this channel. We have flat drag racing we're going to be bringing that my boys compete in. Well, my oldest boy is competing in. My youngest boy is just starting his build, pretty much. This engine right here, 360 Magnum small block, will be in the my youngest son, I should say, truck. Now, the oldest son has a big block in his truck, and he does very well with this big block for what it is, and he does it for fun. There's no serious money in this flat drag. Okay, now the build we're going to be doing for the No Name Nationals is going to be this 6.4 Hemi that you see sitting here. Okay, this engine will be boosted. I have most of the parts to finish this build. A few odd and ends, small parts I need to get. We will be starting this build very soon. I'll be bringing all the content from the build to this channel. We'll be bringing drag racing that my wife will be racing her 300C 5.7 Hemi that you've seen in the Burnout video. She has never raced a quarter mile. Now, she's been around it, but this will be her first time racing. and she's excited about it, very excited about it. In fact, that's all she wants to talk about, which is not a bad thing, and that keeps us interested in each other. Let's put it that way. Now, this is another project that we have that we're going to get started on. It is a 2005 6.1 SRT8 Chrysler 300. Now, there's only 268 of these made in 2005. It was the first year for the SRT8 package in the Chrysler 300. We'll be doing some no prep racing with that car in the future. Okay? All the details I will share with you later on that car. But for this engine that I'm going to use in the no name nationals, I would like to put this down into a 89 90 model Dodge Daytona that is fairly straight, fairly solid. Now, I don't have to have an engine, you don't have to have transmission, just a roller. If you have any leads, feel free to share. I think that we can compete pretty well with this no name nationals. I think we can have fun with this. I have some of the YouTubers that I follow and watch that I feel like I have a lot in common with, especially the Mopar men. You know, I messed with all of them. I mess with all of them. You know, Ford, Chevrolet. I kind of enjoy tinkering around with just about anything, really. But my pick and my flavor is Mopar. We're going to be doing some addition to our garage here. And I think on this end of the garage, I'm going to put a bay big enough for a lift and a chassis dyno. Now, the little Magnum that you've seen there, before it goes down in the truck, it will be put on an engine dyno. I believe this engine dyno will probably be somewhere up in Ohio. I have a idea who I want to take it to get it dynoed. Well-known engine builder. But I'd like to put a doorway right there in that corner and take it over to the next bay with a lift and a chassis dyno. Now, I've done some research and I'm thinking of building my own chassis dyno. So that content will probably be on this channel also. This is the transmission that I've built for that four-wheel drive small block. There'll be other builds, transmission builds, engine builds. There'll be drag racing. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of hooligan type behavior, just to make it interesting. So, if you like this content, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and feel free to share it. And also, leave me a comment. I'd like to see it. Until later, take care.